Good morning, you lovely lot. Well, I say good morning. It's still the middle of the bloody night. It's 0400, and what does the O stand for?
Oh my God, it's early.
First car boot of the year for me. We're off over to Yorkshire to the Fitzwilliam car boot. It's about 70 miles, about hour and a half drive. I thought I'd get ahead of the game last night and get an early night, but it was one of those nights where your brain's thinking, oh no, let's think about how many 5p pieces we can fit inside a tennis ball. But clearly the ability to drag your ass out of bed at this ungodly hour is something that is a must when you're a reseller of any description, let alone a full-time reseller. But one thing that is definitely in a reseller's arsenal is a thermos mug. It's a nice strong coffee, so let's get underway and get over to the car boot. And we've landed. Just starting to get light. It's a bit fresh in Yorkshire this morning, it has to be said. Giddy to get in there. Nice clear roads, no problems on the way over. So time to dust off the cobwebs on the old trolley. Let's go and see what we can find.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop that up so people can move
I know, it's lovely that, isn't it?
Cool.
£3 for a block, is that okay?
How much is that?
A fiver.
Go on, we'll do a fiver. You're my first purchase of the day. I've no change, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's okay, don't worry.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Have a good day, ladies. Looking for a price on these, pal.
What do you want to pay?
Do you fiver for 3 of them?
Yep. One where?
Cheers, bud. How much are these, Pat?
10.
Top them up there, they're all boxed up, they're all.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
in boxes, they're all new.
What have you got on it?
£3.
Yeah, I'll take this one. Have a good day anyway, pal. All the best. That's fucking creepy house. Morning.
It gives me honestly.
I'm weak.
Yeah, bolts in that. They call £4. Bargain. Thank you very much. How much is your stereo, pal?
It's £15, mate.
Is there a remote?
No.
You what, love?
How much is on your top?
It's a tracksuit, love.
Oh, right, okay.
£4, there's top and bottoms there. You'll get lost in that, will you? What did I tell you for? But here you are, love.
Melton, thank you very much.
Thank you
Have
very
a good
much.
day.
You and all.
Right about. I don't know. Too funny that.
What?
Just hang. I fall into a box. I thought I picked it up and took.
How much you got on your Apple TV?
30 on that, mate. 280 out of it, shocks on.
No, these are the really old ones.
Oh, is that an old one?
Yeah, yeah.
What's it worth that then?
You're looking at about 5 or 10 at most.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll do a tenner on it, mate.
Oh,
Yeah, just leave it then, kid.
Yeah, cheers, pal.
Alright, mucking over this. Yeah, he usually gets all sorts of me, all sorts of shit.
What have you got on that?
Tenner, mate.
You're 7.
No, I can't, mate, on that. Sorry, kiddo.
Go on, I'll do a tenner.
You'd have fallen then, because
Cheers,
I
man.
laughed my head off.
What have you on that one?
I just stole this morning, a BT was set.
I know it was me who bought it.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I mean, I'm back.
yeah, I've just got, that's what I've just found out. I know they've got another one.
Yeah, what's on this one?
A couple of quid.
Cheers, pal. Well, we're on these, love.
I think that's 6.
these two?
£2 each.
Smashing.
Sort out time, isn't it?
I see, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come over with the bag, we'll be doing all that.
How much have you got of that?
Any good?
3.
Go on. Be my first customer.
Good man. Thank you very much, sir.
What about that one? It doesn't interest you, that?
No, no. I'd buy to resell if I'm honest.
Alright.
There's no margin in it.
Alright.
Have a good day, boss.
Alright,
Cheers. Hey boss, how much are they? They're just extremely cool. I can't leave these.
You're back for 'em, mate.
No, I managed to. Would you do 5 for your ducks?
I would, yes. There is some damage, have you seen?
On the back of the big one, yeah. Whoever's repaired it's done a good job.
Yeah.
Smashing.
Change, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get your rabbit paste up? Yes, certainly. Sorry, Lucky.
That was an unintentional pun, that wasn't it? Sorry, Ducky.
Yeah, I've just clicked on, yeah.
Can I have a look at your jacket, please, love?
Yeah, of course you can.
How much have you got on it?
I wanted 10. It is an original.
Yeah.
It's a vintage.
Now, is it a men's XL or ladies here? What's the lowest you go on it?
I got to 8.
Aye, go on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Have a good day.
And yourself.
How much have you got in your sheepskins?
10 actually. This is the man's one.
Yeah.
15 quid on that one. And the rest a tenner.
4 for 35?
40 quid, because that one I wanted 15 quid for. And that was cheap for 15 quid. It's in very good condition.
Go on. Oh, I'll do that. No, these are for me at my shop.
What type of thing, like, other than sheepskins do you buy?
Oh, everything. Anything that'll turn a profit, basically.
Yeah.
I tend to try and go for things with larger margins, like small electricals and stuff like that.
Because I have the bag, but it's for ladies. I've got a beautiful coat, but I do want one now. It's tawny skin and leather.
Right, got you.
It's but it's a good coat.
Yeah, yeah. I've done all. I'm coming to the end of my furs actually.
Right.
They've been hanging around, but they're really, really good value. Okay, so we're back home now. It's actually the day after now. I had some admin to take care of yesterday. Now, just a quick point on the makeup of these videos as far as the hauls are concerned. I kind of got to thinking it's a little bit irrelevant telling you how much I paid for each individual item, because obviously it's all subjective. It wouldn't necessarily mean that you could pick these items up for this kind of price, whether that's retail arbitrage or sourcing from pre-loved stuff from anywhere else. So what I'm going to do is tell you how many items I picked up and the total amount I paid for them. So yesterday morning at the Fitzwilliam car boot near Pontefract, I picked up 21 items and the total spend was £110. Now obviously, because that car boot is an hour and a half drive from me, about 70 miles away, I've got to factor in obviously the cost of getting there. So same as before, I'm going to strap the GoPro to my head and go through what I picked up and what I'm going to be listing it for. Okay, so starting left to right, first up we've got a Sony DVD recorder with a hard drive. If you're ever picking up the DVD recorders, A lot of the newer models do have Freeview built in as well. I'm not entirely... Yeah, in fact, this one has actually. I didn't notice that before. So 160 gig. They actually fetch a higher premium if they have built-in hard drive, but you can still get decent money for standard DVD writers. But this Sony model is the RDR HXD 710. There's not much in the way of comps on these just recently, but I know for a fact that I'm going to be quite happy sticking a price tag of £50 on that for a listing value. Obviously remote and owner's manuals with it as well. To have every confidence that that will work and there'll be no issues with it. There's just telltale signs. If you're picking stuff like this up from a car boot and it's got the owner's manual with it, it just suggests that the owner of it has been looking after it, kind of thing. Next up, I've got Mr. George Ross to thank for this one. One of my favourite reselling YouTubers. I wouldn't have looked at this if it hadn't been for seeing him in his video. So this is a circulation foot massager type thingy. It sounds like snake oil, kind of witch doctory stuff to me, but I'm sure they're made for good reason. Now I think George actually kept his for his dad for a while before he got it back and resold it. I can't remember off the top of my head the value he put on that, but checking recent comps, I think I'm undervaluing this really. I'm going to be listing it for 60 quid just to shift it through, generate some money quite quickly. Next up is actually a little bit of a fail. We've had a casualty on the way home. Now I know this might be a weird thing to pick up, kind of thing, and obviously they are very fragile, case in point. But if you check the comps on these ducks, some of them go for absolutely ridiculous money. I think the last set that I got went for something like 70 quid. There is a repair to the large one already. If you can see that on the back, it's had a couple of cracks in it. It's been really, really well repaired, and you can't tell at all on the front aside from the beak a little bit, which is obviously going to devalue this a bit, but there's still very, very, very good money on it. The damage that happened on the way home, it's a clean break as well, so I'll glue that back together and obviously mention that in the listing as well. So because of the damage, I'm going to be listing these for £30 to £40. I'll start at the high end of that and obviously reduce it accordingly if they're not shifting. But definitely on your BOLO list, guys. For some inexplicable reason, I think these are probably the tackiest thing known to man, but for some inexplicable reason, they're extremely good money. Next up, Ralph Lauren denim jacket, ladies, size XL. This is in really, really tip-top condition. It doesn't look like it's had very much wear at all. You gave it the once over. It's got really nice buttons on this as well. Lots of potential for keywords on there. Ralph Lauren, obviously an extremely good brand. Listing value I've put on this is £40. I may be able to squeeze a bit higher on that as well. I'll recheck comps because there's quite a few different variations of this jacket, but this one is a very, very smart looking one. An item that I've sold loads of over the years. The vintage catcher's mitts go for very good money as well. This one, what I paid for it, I'm not going to try and put my hand in it, I'll get bloody stuck. Catcher's mitts, left-handed. Baseball's not a sport that I know a great deal about, to be honest, but I don't think they're all left-handed. I suppose right-handed people use left-handed gloves and vice versa. So this catcher's mitt, because I've had lots of experience selling them, I'm very comfortable, confident in putting a price of £20 on it. Harry Potter books, always a good standard sell. I've sold countless copies of these. One thing you're looking for on the Harry Potter books is the first editions. There are some serial numbers that you can check. The first editions are really, really common, but some serial numbers, particularly the lower ones, can fetch phenomenal money. Also, if you check in the comps for first edition Harry Potter books, there are some that have errors in the text. So do a little bit of research on these, and I think on page such and such you'll see a spelling mistake, and those volumes have a greater value as well, so check those out. There is a little bit of damage to the dust cover on this at the back, but nothing exceptional kind of thing. Overall, it's in reasonably good condition for a used book. So this one's the Order of the Phoenix, and the second is the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows. As well as looking at whether it's a first edition or not, you need to be looking for the publisher, which is Bloomsbury. All the decent value ones are the Bloomsbury ones. So both of those books, because of experience in selling countless of them before, I'm very happy to put a listing value of £10 each on those. Next up, a steering lock. Again, an item I've picked up quite a few of over the years. Car security devices, it doesn't really matter on the brand as long as obviously it feels like a good quality bit of stuff. If you see brands like Disc Lock, they tend to fetch a higher premium. It's a branded bit of gear basically. But even the bog standard steering wheel braces like this, if you can get it for low enough money, will sell very well. Only one key with this, and it's clearly going to be over 2 kilos, so obviously you've got to factor in the additional postage cost, but this will be getting listed for £20 to £25. Now this next item is something I need help from you guys. Now this, there's no tags on it, but it looks absolutely new. This is the brightest bloody tracksuit I've probably seen in my life. The size on it is XL, but the bit I need advice from you guys on is which category would you list it in, male or female? Now a lot of the clothes I wear can be quite loud at times anyway, so I have oh sorry, there is tags on it. What am I talking about? A result. I say a lot of the clothes that I wear are quite loud anyway. I'd be quite happy wearing that, but I want to put it in the right category. And because I'm not a follower of fashion, I'm not entirely sure which gender this would be more appealing to. So send me a message through the channel or leave a comment below this video to help me along. Now, if you saw my charity shop marathon video earlier in the week, you'll see I picked up a Winsmore coat. This is a really, really nice coat actually, lovely and soft and all that good stuff. Again, good average ladies size, maybe larger ladies actually. Winsmore, very, very good brand, made in England, really good quality. You can feel the quality in it. So the listing value I'm putting on this is going to be £35. I went through a phase last year of picking up loads and loads of phones, particularly this style of phone, a lot of the big button ones. The price on them's tanked a bit, but I'm always keen to look at the higher end brand. Obviously there's a lot of Mickey Mouse type versions of this about, but BT is a good solid brand, very good quality phones. When I opened this up, I saw that it had very, very little use. It's really, really clean. It clearly has been used, but maybe for not a long period of time. These are usually quite quick sellers as well. So the model is a BT Decor 1500. It says on the bloody box, corded telephone and answering machine. Recent comps on this are £30, so that's exactly what I'm going to be listing it at, £30. This brand of train set I haven't seen for a while in either car boots or charity shops. It does pop up from time to time though, and every time I see the Brio brand, my ears prick up because this is a solid seller. This one had the advantage of coming with a few extra bits. I'm not entirely sure if the extra bits are a Brio or not, so I'll double check those. Usually on the tracks it says at some point, on some of the larger sections of tracks and on the vehicles and sort of like accessories, it'll actually say Brio on them, so they're easily identified. I know Tesco have done a similar looking track set, so obviously make sure, even if it is in a Brio box, that it's not actually really cheap. I think it's Carousel, the Tesco one, that it's not been swapped out. Make sure that it is actually Brio that you get in. Listing value I've put on this set, I'll bundle it all together, just obviously use the extra bits as a bit of a selling point, for £25. Now this was one of the earlier picks up of the day. Alright, steady on, obviously it works. I'm turning that off. Shut up. Stop. All right, this is a VTech Lights and Flight Discovery Globe. I think it was the first pickup of the day, if memory serves, not going back from yesterday's video. I did actually start pulling my face as soon as I put it in the trolley, thinking this is going to be one of those items that's worth absolutely naff all. I think I was just a bit tired. I needed a coffee at that stage. But the listing value I'm going to put on this, I've checked obviously recent comps, happy to list this for £22. Some more vans picked up, so that in fact the ones that I picked up on Monday, the last video that I did that you guys may well have seen, have sold already and sold for the asking price. Didn't have to send an offer out or anything like that. But these are really nice ones actually. Slightly the padded Vans boots. Kind of annoyingly with Vans, they only have US sizes in, so obviously you have to do a little bit of homework then to do your conversion charts. I have shoe size charts for men and women on my desktop, so it's easier reference. So these are a UK size 8, obviously men or women, whichever you fancy kind of thing. Very good condition as well, little wear, a little bit of separation on the sole, but it's out of sight when they're being worn. Obviously I'll picture that in the listing. So because Vans are a good brand and boots tend to sell slightly better than trainers, I'm going to put a value of £20 on those, possibly even 25 because Vans basically. just as an aside for things like this, and obviously things like the tracksuit, I don't know if any of you agree with this statement, but it's quite annoying that in some categories of some items there's not an option to have a unisex category for them. You have to either choose women's or men's, which is a little bit annoying. I'm sure when the PC brigade finally trawl over that part of the eBay platform that might well be changed, but we shall see. It'd be interesting to hear your guys' thoughts on it anyway. Not necessarily as value goes, but definitely as far as coolness is concerned, this has got to be my pickup of the day. I don't know what it is about these roller boots. I just think they're fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. They need a bit of a wipe down, but they've had really little wear. The wheels are in good condition. The brand is Rookie, which I don't think is anything of any mark, to be honest. I think it's more of a generic brand. So it's a UK size 7. Very, 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 very cool pair of roller boots, and because they're a good adult size and because of the standoutishness of them, I'm going to be listing them for £35 to £40, probably starting off high and obviously reducing over time if needs be. I don't think these will hang around long at all. I've had quite a loud pair of adult retro roller boots in the past, and they've sold within a couple of days of listing them. So adult roller boots, guys, keep your eyes out. Another phone set. I've checked these. Obviously I checked them over while I was at the car boot. These are in very good condition again. Light use. Obviously you're looking for scratches on the screen, wear to the buttons, all the obvious things. You need to make sure that you're getting good value for money for what you're picking up. Model on these Panasonic phones, the KXTGC222. Now there's quite a few comps for the Duo, around about 40 quid, but I know that I've seen these phones in supermarkets recently, and they've been on sale for around about 50 quid. So I'm kind of thinking that because of that cheap to get brand new, probably devalue them a little bit. So I'm going to put a listing value of £30 on these, but when it comes to listing, maybe I'll think about the listing them high and reduce over time again. Now this was a very tasty pickup. This boot brand, they look like horse riding boots, is Aigle, A-I-G-L-E. Now the feel of they look like leather boots but feel like wellies. They feel rubber. They are a little bit confusing. Not entirely sure what they are. I'm going to go for wellies though, posh wellies. Check the comps on these. I paid very little, like I say, because I said what I said at the top of this video. It's almost irrelevant mentioning the fact that I paid £4 for them. But second-hand, these boots can go for around £80. So Aigle, definitely on the BOLO list. A-I-G-L-E. Very good condition as well. Very little wear to the sole. Size 38. I mean, obviously, clearly these are probably for a woman. Size 38, I believe, is size 5 UK, which is again an average woman's size, if there is such a thing as an average woman. Higher megapixel digital camera. Again, something that is definitely still worth looking at, even though it's older tech. This Samsung PL120 is a 14 megapixel camera. Checking all the bits are with it. Power cable, come data transfer lead. It's got instructions with it as well, and software. So all the bits that a potential buyer is going to be interested in, obviously in the original box. People like to know that kit's been looked after. Listing value I've put on this is £20. Now you've noticed these as I've been rummaging around the other bits and pieces. These aren't actually for listing as they are. I picked these up for very little. I think I paid something like £5 for all 3 bits. But these are genuine Nintendo Wii accessories. And the reason for picking these up is I come across Wii consoles quite regularly, and they're often missing bits and pieces. So obviously if they're missing a nunchuck, I've got a couple in me bits and pieces drawer to bundle it with. But the Wii steering wheel is to be bundled with a Wii Mario Kart game. It's one of the higher value Mario Kart games, and you'll be able to squeeze out certainly more than the value of this out of the listing if it comes with at least one steering wheel as well. You can get very good money just for the disc on its own, but if you've got a box game with a steering wheel, you can get on for doubling that value. So these will be going in me bits and pieces drawer. Now I've left these items till last, and these were actually the source of a really good contact today as well. So as much as the fantastic, it was probably more important that I made the contact with who I picked them up on. Sheepskin coats. I've sold lots and lots and lots of these. I know there's good value value in sheepskin coats. Probably not so much at this time of year, but because of what I paid for these and because of the contact that I made, it's going to be a regular source for me. I'm more than happy just to sit on, if I have to sit on these till autumn time, then happy days. There's still plenty of profit to be made. So there's 4 of these sheepskin coats, all in stunning condition. That's the first one. Again, these are probably more masculine coats, maybe not so much that one, but I don't think sheepskin coats are gender specific anyway, to be honest. But the important thing is they feel absolutely lovely and they look amazing too. So button there needs a bit of a repair job, but there's no significant damage or marks. This one is amazing, more of a sandy color, nice large size, nice and substantial, that one. And a lighter one to finish off with, short one again. This is probably more a quite a feminine one, so by the looks of it, without trying to assign, probably 2 male, 2 female. And the listing value I'm going to put on those, for the larger ones 50 to 60 pound and the smaller ones 40 to 50. Very, very confident with that valuation because of past experiences. Even though I've had experience with selling sheepskin coats as well on quite a regular basis, I can't remember the last time I had sheepskins that felt this good quality. So even though I'm happy with that valuation, I may well just do a little bit more digging just to see if these particular brands are actually worth more than I've priced them at. Got a big square GoPro mark on my head now. I look like Rimmer from bloody Red Dwarf. Now, all the prices for the items that I've just mentioned are going to be plus postage. So take that into consideration when I give you the final total, which is coming up right now. As I mentioned at the start of going through these bits and pieces, total spend was £110 and the total listing value before fees is £724. So again, another very, very good day at the office. If you add that figure to the listing value of the items that I picked up on the charity shop haul on Monday, we're looking at around about the £1,400 mark, probably touching £1,500, and that was from 2 days. Yeah, I had to get up at 4 o'clock yesterday morning to get over to Fitzwilliam near Pontefract to get the ground. But you've got to be in it to win it. If you can motivate yourself to get your ass out of bed at that time, there is money to be made, guys. So stay strong. Hopefully you're not finding it too hard to get back into the swing of things, because believe you me, yesterday morning I really needed that first coffee of the day. A few shout outs this week as well. I bumped into 3 or 4 subscribers of their channel out in the field yesterday, so I need to be writing these down, so I apologise, I've forgotten 2 of the names. But a big shout out to Ben and Ray, the disabled reseller. That sounds like he's got a YouTube channel. If he has, check it out. A very special mention to Isaac Mason. He's a young lad who watches the channel with his dad. Hello to you, mate. If you've enjoyed the video or found value in it in any way, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And I haven't mentioned this for a while actually. I'm running a Facebook group now. So if you're on Facebook, type in the search bar ABL Reselling Community. Join that group. There's no sort of like security questions or anything like that. Anybody can join. That group's really growing quite well now, so there's a few people on there. The idea behind it is basically a sharing of knowledge. So if there's anything that you need help with that I'm either not available for or just don't bloody know, then type the question in there and I'm sure you'll find some really, really helpful folks that are willing to answer your question for you or give you a steer in the right direction. So ABL Reselling Community on Facebook. Thanks very much indeed for watching, guys. I've been Dave Keefe. You have been amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.